What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's been a while since I've done a video like this. Sorry I haven't been uploading as much as I wanted to, or as much as I said I was going to. Working a 10-hour day job, almost 10 hours a day, and teaching Taekwondo and doing all this other stuff. It takes a bit of a toll. But today we're going to do a quick recap on the game yesterday. Now, I don't have any stats, okay? This is just from what I've seen and from watching the game here. We actually got it here. I was very surprised. I thought we were going to get a different game here. But we wound up getting it. So let's get into it, guys. We're going to start with some negatives because I always like to end on a positive note. We're going to start with some negatives. The Lions, and really the only negative part was really our defense, okay? Our defense was yesterday. They really passed all over us, okay? They kept going towards Cheeto's side, which I thought was quite strange. I figured they'd go for the other side, but I guess that's, Byron Jones, and since he's technically number one right now, they don't want to pass on him. But they kept going for Cheeto, and I mean Golden Tate. He's an amazing player. When the Lions picked him up, I was like, they're golden. But Golden Tate, man, he ran all over us. He caught the ball and took it for I don't know how many yards he got in that game, yards after catch. But that dude, they just passed all over us on Cheeto's side. So I don't know if it was the fact that Cheeto wasn't checked in, or if it's just the fact that they have amazing receivers. I don't know what it was. So I mean, it really wasn't the best game defensively that I know we can play, but it was still, we stopped them when we needed to stop them, when we really needed to stop them, especially the last few minutes of the game. Another kind of negative was they didn't get as many yards as running as I thought they were going to, as much rushing yards as I thought they were going to. But when they got past our defensive linemen, that's when they picked up the yards that I thought they were going to, especially with Sean Lee being out. I know a couple of you guys are saying that we should cut Sean Lee because he's hurt all the time, which I really don't think that we need to, because he gets hurt, yeah, but we should at least keep him as if we do want to cut him from being a player, we really should keep him as our linebacker coach or assistant linebacker coach, because the dude is phenomenally smart when it comes to reading plays, seeing how things are going to pan out. And he's teaching Leighton Vander Esch that and Jalen Smith that. So, with Sean Lee being out, they got more rushing yards than I would have liked for them to get, which is really the reason why the game was as close as it was their rushing game, in my own opinion. Okay, now these are my opinions, so all of you trolls that I have on my channel that are going to be commenting down below saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, whatever, these are just my opinions. I personally think it wasn't so much their passing game that won them the game as it was them surprising us about how good their rushing game was. So, yeah. Those are really the only negatives, was the fact that they were able to pass just all over us, especially on Cheeto's side. And the safety help over the top really fell apart towards the end of the game, in my own opinion. It really started to fall apart. But we were able to hold on and kick that field goal. Let's talk positives now. The special teams game is starting to really, in my own opinion, come together. As far as the field goals and extra point, okay, Brett Maher I don't care what y'all say. The dude is great. Okay, he's really good. You know, some of you guys are saying that, oh, we need Dan Bailey back. Oh, we need Dan Bailey back. Whatever. You got to understand how kickers work. With kickers, once they lose their confidence, it's really not coming back. Dan Bailey got hurt, then he came back and he just wasn't the same. He lost his confidence in himself. He was so worried about being hit and get hurt again that he started to second guess himself on his kicks. And once you start doing that, you're never going to stop, especially as a kicker. So with Brett Maher being this young guy coming in and kicking these field goals and really showing us that, yeah, he can do it. And this dude has a huge leg. He can kick really far. All right? This dude can kick really far, and he's very accurate. And now with the coaches that Dan Bailey had, he's going to be even more accurate. If you actually go to the Star in the Dallas Cowboys headquarters, or the Star, go look on their field and look at their field goals. Look at what it is. They have one that's a normal field goal, and they have one that's literally from here to about here. And Dan Bailey kicks through that used to kick through that all the time. Now it's Brett Maher kicks through that all the time. And the logic of it was that if he can kick the ball through that, he can kick the ball through the regular one. So now Brett Maher is kicking the ball through these and kicking it from 50-something yards away, almost 60 yards away, and making it. So he's going to be very accurate and very good for a long time. Another positive thing was our running game. Our rushing game is back, and I am so happy. Okay, I don't know if it was just the fact that either the Lions had a terrible rush defense, or if it was the fact that our offensive line is starting to click together, starting to learn each other, learning how to help each other while still doing your job. I don't know if it's that if that's what it is, but even when Zeke got hurt a little bit, maybe tweaked his ankle or got a stinger up his leg or something like that, I don't know. If he got any of those and then Rod Smith stepped in, it was still the same production every single time. So it's really starting to come together, really starting to click, and I'm getting really kind of a bit more excited than I was when the season first started, these first 3 games that we had. All right, we're 2-2 right now, so we're 500. We need to start stacking wins. That's when I'll start getting a bit more excited. Okay. Another positive thing that I'm loving, is the fact that our offensive line is looking like they're starting to work together. Dak got sacked, I think it was twice in this last game. Excuse me. But, that happens with every quarterback. Even Tom Brady gets sacked. By the way, I'm going to talk about this roughing the passer thing in another video. I don't know if I'll do it today. I might do it tomorrow. Yeah. So they're starting to click together. They're starting to look like they're working together very well. Connor Williams is starting to look like a stud. So, and I know that some of you guys are going to say, oh, well, he let Dak get sacked 6 times last game. You got to give rookies time to develop. They're not always all going to be this out of the gate superstar like Zeke was, okay? Or Dak was. You got to give them time to really develop and see who they really are. Which brings me to my next point, okay? I was going to save this for last, but I think it's a good time to talk about it now. None of you guys can say that Dak cannot throw the deep ball now. None of you can say that he can't throw the deep ball now. He threw it downfield so many times yesterday that it was ridiculous how many I was starting to be like, okay, Dak, you're starting to get it, man. So none of y'all can say that he can't throw passes over 20 yards anymore. No more of that. No, it's done. Okay? He's been doing it all season so far. And what's been happening? You got to give your receivers chances. And I think it was really Cole Beasley that kind of snapped him back to it and was like, hey, man, we're open downfield. Give us a chance, okay? So no more of he can't throw the ball downfield. He just does these little dump-off passes. No, that's over with. That's completely over with now. No more, okay? So Now we're starting to really pick it up on the quarterback side, where Dak is at, and we're starting to be like, okay, throw the ball downfield. Just give him a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. We would have actually been ahead the whole game had Tavon Austin caught that ball. Now, God bless him, he hurt his shoulder. He really tried for it, but he hurt his shoulder when he landed. I was starting to get a little nervous about it because that's really our deep threat, and him and Bryce Butler, and oh my goodness, what's the other guy's name? Terrence Williams. I don't know if would you consider Terrence Williams a deep threat? Let me know down below. I don't consider him. That's my puppy, by the way. If you just heard that banging on the door, he's wanting me to come out there and play with him. But so, you know, we need more deep threats, and all these people on here, all these experts, are saying that we don't have a good receiving core. We have a lot of fast guys, a lot of young guys, and yeah, some young guys are going to make mistakes, but, you know, as long as you give them a chance, just give them a chance. Throw it downfield. Just see what happens, you know? I really feel like we can become that deep throw passing team, okay? The next thing I want to talk about is our linebacker core, okay? I know earlier I said that the Lions rushed on us and that they kind of killed us with that because we weren't expecting them to be as good as a rushing team. At least I wasn't, as they turned out to be. But let's talk about Leighton Vander Esch. Okay, this dude is starting to, from what I've been seeing, he's starting to, you know, pick it up a little bit. He's starting to understand the pro level a little bit more and really understanding how it's going to look. He made a few really good tackles. I was very surprised about how he was able to read some plays that I thought were going totally opposite direction, and all of a sudden it went the way that Leighton Vander Esch was already going, and he made a few good hits. So I'm starting to like this guy a little bit more. I was excited when we picked him up because we need linebacker help, but I was also kind of like, we really needed receivers. So yeah, there's that. And the last thing I want to talk about is DeMarcus Lawrence. He had 3 sacks yesterday. 3. And on one of them, I totally thought he broke Matt Stafford's back. Because if you saw how he landed, he was like arching his back and whatever and going like this. And so I was impressed with DeMarcus Lawrence making 3 sacks. I want our other guys to pick it up and make more sacks like he is, but then you can't all be a tank. So anyway, guys, let me know what you guys thought of the game. Next week we play Houston on primetime NBC, so I'm excited about that. I might just make the sacrifice and stay up late and be tired the next day for work, but you know, you got to do what you got to do to watch your Cowboys. So hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below. I might get some trolls or some hate, whatever. I don't really care. But yeah, hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless you all. I'm going to go train right now. Time to go beat up some people. And go Cowboys. Peace.